Hi, I'm Curtis, and welcome to this short film series where we profile the power of sport for the veteran community. After my injury, sport allowed me to gain back that competitive edge that I thought I'd lost. In this episode, we introduce you to a range of competitive sports, but in particular, adaptive sports, which are being used to help veterans who have been wounded, injured or ill in their rehabilitation and recovery post their service. Adaptive sports allowed me to feel healthy, included and capable.
I'm a fiercely competitive person. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't. It's definitely something that's been a part of me from a very young age, and I don't think it will ever leave me. When I was transitioned out of defence, I had lost my defence identity. I regained my sporting identity through the adaptive sports programs. I grew up at the track, spending a lot of time either running, jumping, throwing, training. It formed an integral part of who I was and the drive behind what I do and why I do things. Having been told that there was a myriad of things that I was no longer able to do through adaptive sports, I can do everything that I once loved doing. It's just albeit slightly different.
It's a rebirth of the sport in some aspects. It actually allows them to get in and participate in a sport adapted to fit the circumstances that most of the people are in, and they thrive on it.
For veterans that are still that little bit unsure about what to do or how to go about getting involved, have a look at your social media. There are many veteran sporting groups out there with Facebook pages. Try and get involved with some of your local sporting clubs, because more often than not, they will have an adaptive version of it within the roster. If not, they may be interested in bringing one in. We had heard on the grapevine that the Raiders were looking to start up a wheelchair rugby league competition. So through getting connected on social media and then literally turning up and coming and trying, I fell in love with the sport. People realise very quickly that the wheelchair becomes a leveller in terms of abilities, and that you have the opportunities most people wouldn't think that they would have whilst they're out on the court. So it's great fun, it's a good laugh. I'm also still throwing, so I compete in Masters Athletics. I'm involved with the Veterans Indoor Rowing Program, and I try and find as many things as I can to keep myself busy.
She's out there training her backside off and taking on other sports just to be competitive in those.
For my particular illness and injury, sport has become very critical to the way I go about managing it. It is really imperative that I get out and blow off steam, otherwise I find that it's very unhealthy for me to stay locked up and away from things. But physically it also assists. This still gives me that endorphin rush that I can really have a good hard workout and still stay within the bounds of my limitations and still enjoy myself. Really, there are plenty of opportunities out there. You just have to take that first initial step, and I understand that can be quite scary for a lot of veterans. I myself was in that position, but I can honestly say that once you take that step and you become involved, you get a whole new perspective on how your limitations are now your greatest strengths, and that you can go out and have a lot of fun and meet new people. You don't have to be an Olympian, you don't have to be a Paralympian. You can really just have the opportunity to get in, have a go, and really find out what you are actually capable of and not what people say you can't do.
Your injury or illness shouldn't hold you back. It's about finding the right sport or something that fits your needs, just like adaptive sport. What is exciting is that as you progress in your rehabilitation and recovery, sport can offer positive influences for the rest of your life.